Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another game of Changing the Lost, second edition in the Shadows of Austin venue. Today, the camera is zooming in upon four individuals sitting around a roundish table. At this table, made of mahogany, are four chairs that they are sitting in, made of uncomfortable stone, and they have to be wondering at this point, whoever the original monarchs were before the reclamation of this freehold, they had really poor taste in comfortable furniture. Today is just a usual meeting of the minds to discuss the recent turn of events with the various market courts that have appeared in the growing rumors and discussion about how it is getting either more difficult or outright impossible to leave the Austin area. Where those lines are drawn in the sand are unknown except to a chosen few. Outside the meeting chambers, other lost have gathered and are currently wandering about doing their daily business, some running into each other and talking, others watching and observing. And thus our story begins on our monarchs and their representatives.
Leans back in his chair, gets adjusted to it, scooches his butt like, yeah, it's uncomfortable. Just kind of look at everybody around, So,
Mel is standing, leaning against, I imagine, either one of the walls or some kind of support column that's in the room. And she'll give Gregory a look. See, this is why I don't sit.
Charlemagne is there, playing what looks to be an old vintage Game Boy. The distinctive sounds of Pac-Man coming from it. He seems thoroughly invested in it. Humming a tune. God damn it. Go, Miss Pac-Man, go! Oh! God damn
To update you, Austin, you're all at the Freehold right now. Four of you are in the Monarch's chambers, sitting around the mahogany roundish table with your four stone chairs, which were left there by the whoever originally inhabited this place. And they are, yes, uncomfortable as solid stone chairs are wont to be. And you guys are meeting to discuss what's been happening with the inability to escape Austin and the difficulties with the market courts.
Hooray. Cage will walk in. He is going to have a small bag of popcorn, and he will sit down until the others arrive. Munch,
Yep.
munch, munch.
Big Summer Dragon walks in, sits down.
Right behind Gregory is Charlemagne.
Mel watches quietly as the other monarchs and their representatives enter.
Kaylee, meanwhile, probably comes in just attached to Gregory's arm again. So for the sake of people who do have a mantle that I haven't met yet, which I think is just Austin, give me an impression of what all comes with your mantle. Sights, smells, sounds.
Cage's mantle is
feelings.
There's the sound of crackling leaves. There is the smell of autumn spices, smoke, wheat. There is the crash occasional wave. And apple pie.
And apple pie. Yeah, for what it's worth, even, Gregory comes in, he finds his seat. Kaylee probably finds, like, the edge of the seat and just sets a hand on that. And she does kind of tip her head off to one side, and particularly with the scent of honey, which is distinctive to Charlemagne, we'll turn, and as everyone's settled, well, except the last seat, because she has no inkling she should be in it, we'll cant her head and just say, "It's good to see you again, Charlemagne." Grinning
Hey.
faintly.
And he just noticing the pun. It's like, you're mean. He laughs. It's good to see you again, too.
You did start it.
I did. And I feel like I'm going to be paying for it for quite some time. Did you enjoy your...
Go ahead.
Did you enjoy yourself yesterday?
As much as I could, yes.
Mm.
Your song was wonderful.
Thank you.
And for what it's worth, for Cage's sake, Kaylee doesn't have blank eyes. There's nothing damaged. There's nothing wrong with them. It's very pointed that she will never look at any of them directly, not quite straight on. She has a tendency to kind of look faintly down and to tip her head more than she glances.
Noted. Noted and understood.
Yeah.
Mel.
Go
Go ahead.
No.
No, me? Okay. Mel will move to stand. She'll actually move to stand kind of behind Charlemagne. Which is a little unusual. But she can, from where she's standing, make eye contact with most of the people around the table that she would need to speak to.
Hi, Mel. Did you enjoy yourself last night?
Mel's face turns pink. I did, yes. You were great. She smiles, and you just see nothing but fangs.
Aw. He says it just like that. He smiles. And his glance will shift between Grigori. He'll bite his lip, and then he'll look towards Mel. Smile again.
Mel's face just gets brighter and brighter shades of pink.
Julian just looks at Cage.
Cage is stoic.
So Cage.
Gregory, watching everyone breathe this awkward tension, just shrugs to himself.
So he'll smile and go ahead, Grigori.
You just nod like, And then I understand we all know why we're gathered here today.
He nods.
Cage nods. And you understand the importance of your presence, correct? Looking at Grigori.
A nod.
Excellent. I hope the rest of your court also understands the importance of your presence.
Oh, they do.
Good. Well then, what do you have to say?
Who's that directed at?
Grigori.
Gotcha.
Rub his chin. Twists his long neck and let out like a low rumble. Like heat's radiating off him as if it's coming out of a vapor. If we cannot safely traverse to our own freehold, it means that either something is beginning in the first stage of an assault, or someone is deliberately sabotaging, or it could be, well, something else entirely, which should be our utmost to figure out what is causing this.
And how much exploration have you done?
Compared to some, not as much. And certainly compared to yourself, Your Majesty, I bet that I am most certainly lacking. However, I do believe that if members of the other newer courts are claiming trouble, it does bode weight.
Kayla will tip her head faintly over in Grigori's direction. For what it's worth, Flame was true. She spoke honestly when she said that they had never before been restricted and were now.
Have we mapped boundaries yet? Looking at everybody.
When you say boundaries, what are you referring to? Not everybody might be privy to that term.
How far out the fence that keeps us here extends?
I believe they said it encircled this place, Austin. Prevented us from moving beyond it.
They did mention if we were to investigate, we should check out the interstate. And something can still come in from the docks in the hedge.
There is no confirming yet, as far as I know, whether it is a wall or a fence with gaps between it. And they said as much, though they did point out that supplies do still come through the docks, yes.
In order to foster good relations between ourselves and the merchant courts, Lillian took point and decided to broker a deal where we would go and try to investigate, see what was happening. Also on that subject, there was a discussion about a possible meeting of all the courts, all the seasonal courts, and all of the merchant courts to see if there can be a meeting of the minds if once can be reached. I believe at that point, despite certain hostilities that presented themselves at the table yesterday, we're all in agreement that we shall meet once we were able to get uh,
The
everyone's thoughts on the matter.
the eyebrow, or rather the white speck above his eye on his eye raises. Hostilities yesterday?
Well, it was interesting when the Merchant of Coins decided to go out of her way to antagonize members of the Summer Court. It was an interesting choice of words.
Go on. I'm
To Grigori's credit, he wasn't goaded into the obvious bait.
It was quite pathetic, honestly. Just looks around like, eh. She disrespected the Spring King in his home. I told her otherwise.
She is well aware that I am the living manifestation of greed and all that it represents, passion, and if she continued on in such a way, I will not be held responsible for what happens outside of the doors of my court. That was pretty much the end of the hostilities for the night.
Mm-hmm.
She seems, I can gather from our meetings, it seems that all of the courts don't work in one accord. That each of them, it seems very pertinent that they have different objectives. And they're more than willing to use the other to further their own needs. Even though it's dressed in fineries and politeness and etiquette.
Good to know. So nothing was done that will instigate further and deeper hostilities between us and the merchant courts?
As long as I can't speak for my compatriots, but for myself, I have no interest in hostilities. But
And the rest of the court?
I believe we all hold the same opinion. Everyone was on their best behavior last night at the party.
He'll nod.
So it seems that it's extremely the one that concerns me the most is that the Lady of Coins seems to be rather anxious. Anxious is a good word. To see how far she can push the envelope on pleasantries. Though I think that what Lillian did was good. That being able to work out something of a working relationship should ease most hostilities. Also, there is a gentleman. I met the gentleman who heads up the Court of Barter. He seems to want to strike a deal with us concerning information that he has that's rather pertinent. Being that you're the ruling monarch, you should know about that.
Yes. I look forward to meeting with him. Have to arrange that at some point.
Though I think of the intricacies of what Lillian has planned so far can be better explained by her. Charlemagne just shifts her glance.
Looks over to Lillian.
She'll kind of steps that way, like Cage doesn't have to turn too far to see her, and she'll say, "Whilst I, of course, did not represent the Autumn Court nor the Freehold when I made a deal, I did offer, since this concept of not being able to leave the city, I believe, is a detriment to both freeholds. I believe that if the market courts had something to offer that may be able to help, that could be seen as at least a sort of gesture of goodwill, at least from one member of the freehold."
So they have a freehold. Did you find out where it was?
No. I apologize. I only mean to say freehold in the sense that they are a collection of courts.
Hmm. Continue.
There is a set of docks in the hedge. It seems to be where the market receives most of its shipments.
Really now?
She's directed us there first to go and check things out. Now, the biggest problem that I see with that is, well, I am less than adept at navigating the hedge on my own. And many of the others that have agreed to come with me also do not have that expertise yet.
Hmm. Curious. Well, need to check out these docks.
What was interesting was when I think the Barter, the monarch for Barter was very quick to try to get opinions from the other courts in a very heavy-handed way, almost as if to see if they would speak on behalf of their courts.
Mm-hmm.
It was more It seems that he saw other members and he was trying to coax information out. So I don't think they know as much as they're pretending to. Just during the conversation, a lot of things were misinterpreted or misrepresented. Um, almost as if there's subtle differences between a southerner and a northerner type of deal.
Nods.
Say Coke, others say Pepsi. Completely different things. So there's also that bit of information. Though there is a question I wanted to ask you, Cage.
Yes.
When you took up the position as monarch for the autumn, did you hear any? Did you have relations with the previous one?
No.
Okay.
Autumn chose me.
It was sort of the same for me, but it's odd.
As if on cue, the moment the word odd escapes Charlemagne's lips, the air in the room becomes momentarily frigid. The crown above Cage's head has dimmed momentarily and then flares back to its full glory as the crown of winter, in a burst of cold air and the smell of freshly fallen snow, passes through the room and appears above Katie's head. Sorry, above Kaylee's head. She has truly become a collector of hats.
For what it's worth, Kaylee doesn't look to the thing as it comes in, as a matter of course, but particularly with the chill passing through the room and all of the theatrics involved. She does at one point, like, you can see her hand shifts over and, like, grasps onto Grigori's arm, shifting from the chair to his arm.
Grigori's arm feels like it's about to freeze and to the point of numbness and loss. A sense of cold death creeping up his spine like an iron knife being shoved into his heart.
Oh, that's curious.
That's how it
Did
feels
it-
to him, or is that an impression she gets?
Oh, that's how it feels to him.
Holy shit.
All right. Wait, wrong picture. Ugh.
That is not a good picture.
Nope. Nope. Got a quick change. Ugh.
Quick changes. Where are the stagehands?
Did it happen like that for you, Cage? But like more of an autumn feel?
I was being chased by Briar in a hedge when the crown manifested. I was in the depths of my court's emotion, looking over at Kaylee. So what happened to Mr. ST? Remind me of the previous monarch's name for winter.
The previous monarch that you know of was Desmond.
Desmond.
In fact, he's also the current monarch for Winter. The furthest back any monarch remembers is 5 years ago when, and the stories go back 5 years ago. No one knows what happened to anyone else.
Looking at Kaylee. Kind of puts his elbow on the table and uses his fist to prop up his head. What's happened to Desmond? Why do you wear the crown? Why do you wear the crown now?
For what it's worth, she's like reaching up and tentatively touching. Because she can't, again, she didn't see the thing. She's just very tentatively reaching up to touch what rests on her head.
It feels cold and pitted, metallic, but not uncomfortable. It feels like an old hat worn again for a special occasion.
I don't know.
As soon as she says, "I don't know," the room dims, as if all the flicker flies that are acting as candles and lanterns were being snuffed out, before brightening again. The smell of fresh flowers in bloom, honey on the air, droplets of rain falling onto your shoulders. As the spring crown appears above Charlemagne's head, like a flower blooming.
Tap, 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 tap.
It's there. It feels like it did last time. Heavy, yet light. Sturdy, yet looking delicate.
Cage is just going to look at Grigori. And he is tapping his finger.
Mel takes a step back from the table. One hand is on her sword. She is looking around the room for whatever the source of this might be. Her tail is no longer wrapped around her waist. It is up near her head, kind of swishing in the background.
I mean, yeah, he just remained silent, but that like noticeable change. I mean, like if Kaylee's still holding on to me, she'll feel like his whole body just seems to just tighten.
Yeah, there's the visible immediate like search for reassurance in touching his arm, but as the chill like spreads from her fingers and as he begins to react even subtly, the tension starts ramping up, like the pain starts to affect him. Eventually she starts to put two and two together and very sharply lets go. In fact, takes a step away from the chair. Starts kind of rubbing her hands together.
The ground beneath begins to shake, and shadows come up through the cracks surrounding Grigori, forming around his head before vanishing as if being burned away by a star-going nova. Kaylee can feel heat radiating from him, a very painful heat, as if her body was too close to a bonfire, as if her fingers were getting too close to a stove.
And yeah, there's a visual kind of... There's a complex series of very conflicted emotional responses to that, but she does have to, reaching out finally and finding the edge of the table, retreats another step or two, just trying not to end up like out in the middle of the room somewhere. She needs something to orient onto. But yeah, she finally will be forced to be, pressed back by the intensity of the heat.
the mantles of everyone present are flaring. Those who are already strong, those with a 5 or 4 rating, feel as if they are becoming the season itself. They are sprouting leaves, glowing with a raging fire, or are surrounded by the pure energy of magic in the thorns of the hedge. For those who have a lower one or 2 dots, they can feel theirs flaring up to a 5 dot rating, their mantle manifesting more prominent than ever before. Those at 3 dots feel not that their mantle grows, but instead a sense of disquiet, as if everything is out of balance and everything is wrong with the world.
Something is very wrong here.
Kaylee will finally like bump into the empty chair on her retreat.
Mel will reach out with an arm and snag one of Kaylee's arms.
Does she get the same like insane chill craziness when she does so?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that same sensation of freezing pain. Again, like cold iron were being stabbed into your heart.
There's a growl from Gregory. Imagine with that level of fire and flame around, his voice actually shakes the room a bit. Don't touch her.
Mel will pull her arm away. What's going on?
You hear a commotion outside the room as well, through the thick stone walls, through the window outside, people yelling, screaming, but you're not sure what. Is that fear? Excitement?
Charlemagne gets up from his seat to investigate.
Oh yeah, Lillian just darts there. She didn't say anything. She's at mantle 5. Fuck all the police.
I rise like the angry dragon I am, like the table books a bit,
Do you guys go out the door or check the window first?
I'm out the door.
Just going to the window.
Everyone who goes out the door sees that the changelings are not heading for them, but heading towards what looks like battle stations. Some are grabbing their gear and their equipment. Some are grabbing armor. Others are preparing their contracts. And outside the window, Cage can see that the tower at the center of their freehold, the locked tower, the gate down below, the bars that of not iron but some sort of fairy metal equivalent have risen, giving easy access to the lock and door handle. And a bell chimes forth, vibrating so intensely you can almost feel your teeth chattering, your bones shaking within yourself. It peals once, twice, 3 times, and then everyone you saw running around the freehold is gone. All that's left are the people who were in the monarch's chambers.
Can I have, like, glamour roll or something?
So you guys can of course attempt a kenning check. Kenning check is roll your clarity. Any of you with perception bonuses of some kind, any kind, like trained observer or having a high clarity, can add those bonus dice to it, or get your 8 or 9 again, depending. And you can spend the willpower to add, of course, 3 more dice. And anyone who wants to activate a token which enhances anything like this could, in theory, do the same. To get more dice.
Can I, in addition to using my canning roll, also get an occult roll.
First Kenning, and then you would get an occult roll later,
Sounds good.
just to
Yeah.
save on time.
For what it's worth, I'll probably need help tallying up everything. But yeah, as people's feet start moving, people are spreading off in different directions. Haley's clinging to this chair, and yeah, she's finally, there's too much happening that she doesn't understand. She's going to spend the point of glamour.
Oh, she's going to spend a point of glamour. Let me bring up your token. So, everyone in the room notices a brilliant, for a moment, white light coming from Kaylee that fades away as the keys that she normally carries on her are rising up, float upwards, and now are hovering above her other crown, like another crown, only this one made of keys, old and worn, but underneath their mien is shining through, showing off the pure impossibilities of magical keys. Since you can roll to detect supernaturally hidden things with a bonus, you're going to be adding 2 additional dice on top of this. So with your clarity, Kaylee, I believe you're adding 4 extra dice, unless you spend a willpower or something
And then
else.
was there more for trained observer at 3? I don't know.
Trained observer just gives you 9 or 8 again, depending on how high you sent it.
Okay, so what exactly are we rolling? Is it the wit's composure or?
You're
Kenning roll?
rolling Kenning, which is your however many clarity health levels you have.
Okay.
Yep. Well, it looks like Cage is really good today.
Is there some way to tell the dice roller to do 8 again?
Yes, you type in 8 again after your roll however many dice.
All is one word, or?
So you'll do at dice cord space roll how many dice space, and then one word 8 again or 9 again.
If I did this right.
All right. Damn. So there's a lot of people who, and that leaves no one. Everyone rolled. Okay. So for those of you who got a bare minimum of 3 successes, which I don't know how my loss keep doing this, you guys will notice that something definitely supernatural has occurred here. You get that sensation of fey magic, and not the good kind.
Panic.
Fair. You can definitely tell something Arcadian occurred here.
Oh shit.
You can
Oh, hell.
Oh
it's
hell.
still tell it is active. It is still strong. And those of you who scored at least an exceptional success can tell that this was not a use of a contract, but a title, which means something here is a true fae and has gone off.
Charlemagne, this is important. Charlemagne's normal jovial personality stops almost instantly. If you've ever seen like the 6 stages of grief, like pass over someone's face in a long succession, and then it sort of manifests in almost an intense rage, but the rage isn't anger, but more or less the anger that's fueled when you're terrified of something.
Okay. For those who have hedge-spun items, you don't need to spend the glamour to activate them. Hedge-spun is always active. It is the advantage of hedge-spun. For those who are using who have just done kinning, you can right now spend one glamour to activate Goblin's Eye if you want to see if you can ask me a question based on your successes.
What is Goblin's Eye? Is that
If
a
you-
contract?
It is a goblin contract, and it is the only way to make your kinning checks do what all the other supernaturals can usually do much more easily, which is get detailed information. However,
Alright.
activating it will give you a point of goblin debt, and that can turn into dice taken away from you, bad things happening to you, etc. So, up to you if anyone's going to activate Goblin's Eye. I know that a couple of you might have it.
Do not have
So-
it. 1 second. AFK.
What's going to happen over the course of the next couple turns? Mel is going to spend glamour.
Okay.
And the Mel we all know and love is no longer standing with the group. Now there is a bear.
Turning into a bear. Gotcha.
And for what it's worth, as
Yep.
all the kenning goes off, as everyone's reacting however they're reacting, Kaylee is clinging tightly to that throne still and just kind of says, she will do a very similar thing. There will be a series of it's like the 7 stages of grief. It's bad. But she just
Bad.
kind of goes, looking off in the appropriate direction, says, they're here. One of them's here.
Oh,
Looking over towards.
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Time to kill something.
Lillian
I-
smiling.
Gregory spends a
She's
glamour for
white-knuckling.
Gregory spends a glamour for visions of Ares, and you just hear Gregory doesn't go through grief like the rest of you do. Not at all. You just hear this cold dead as he seems to just rocket and go, "Good. I'm waiting."
Cage
And
looks at Grigori. That's suicide right now.
You have to find out who it is.
Find out their moniker. Find out their title. Right now. Looking over at Kaylee.
let me see if there's I'm still figuring out what all I can do out of character.
That's cool.
To do that, you would have needed to use
That
your.
would be my dinner.
Okay. Goblin's Eye is the only magic that would have assisted
I
you at this
don't
point.
have the contract, so I assume I can't use it.
Correct. But
Okay.
for future reference, that is one of the reasons that contract is a goblin contract, because of how
Yep.
powerful it is.
Oh, can I get my occult stuff?
Yes, if you want to make an occult roll at this time to analyze the situation, I need an intelligence plus occult roll. Anyone here who has a specialty in fairy, Arcadia, or maybe an autumn mantle might want would get a bonus for that.
Is my autumn mantle still 2 mechanically, or is it at 5?
Your autumn mantle is actually, because XP expends don't kick until the following month, it's still at 1.
Okay, because the way you were saying it, I didn't know if it mechanically went up to 5 or
No,
it.
just appearance went up to 5.
Okay.
And what's the roll for this?
It would be intelligence plus occult plus any bonuses you have for Arcadia, fairy, autumn mantle.
Folklore?
What?
Folklore? The specialty?
In this case, no.
Okay.
You'll need more information before folklore would apply.
Okay. Gonna drop willpower on this one. Wow. Okay.
I will make a go at it. I don't think I have anything that stacks onto it, but
Damn.
So, what are people rolling?
They're making intelligence plus occult rolls with bonuses for things about fairy or Arcadia, such as the autumn mantle, for those who are trying to puzzle out what they can from this.
Well,
Okay.
the regular occult roll failed. Can I use my encyclopedic knowledge occult?
Yes, I will give you one fact about that. You guys are all amazing at kenning, but after Kenning. I guess that's the problem.
Alright,
Couple on
hold
a
on.
cult.
So, I need to look at something real quick. Da, 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 da. Oh. Where is it?
And for the
Marriage
sake of
House.
while we're all tallying and rolling, remind me again how this will change how well she can see what's going on around her and what is around her.
Now you can see anything or anyone that is supernatural. You regain your defense now against supernatural opponents who are attacking you because you can see and sense them.
Okay, so in other words, I can essentially at this point see everyone in the room.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Granted, you're seeing their not even their mask and mien like everyone else does. You're seeing them kind of like Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah.
All the coding and the lines, though less code and more just mystical symbols but you can still see their movements. You still know where they are in relation to you. And as the freehold itself is a magical place, you actually can walk around now
Oh, thank
without
fuck.
Alright.
or run, as it were. Or if you ran into the hedge, you'd actually see the thorns and stuff and not run into the brambles directly.
I am making my roll. Give me a second. So that would be. Gonna spin that willpower.
Ooh, just throwing this out there. I got 2 successes
I
on
got
my
3
encyclopedic.
successes, and I'm gonna burn the informed condition for my exceptional success on the Kenning roll.
Okay.
Well, that's a
And
question.
now I get an exceptional success. 'Cause I got a success. On this, I've burned the informed condition. I have resolved it, and I now have an exceptional success on my intelligence occult mantle.
Okay.
Jesus. So
So
if I got a fuck ton of successes on the Kenning roll, could I have blown whatever doodad was attached to it, whichever status it gave me on the occult roll?
you could. And Tim, you had one thing?
Oh, I got 2 successes on my encyclopedic knowledge thing, so I get 2 facts.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's start off then. For encyclopedic knowledge, you are very certain right now that whatever just happened, no other magic was involved of like perhaps a foreign court, because you've been around all those mantles now, literally all of them. None of the
Mhm.
flavors there. This is nothing to do with the market courts. You know that for certain.
Awesome.
The second thing you know is that whatever triggered all this, very likely, judging by the strength of the sensory, is coming from not the tower itself, but within it.
Okay.
For everyone else who got at least 1 success and not an exceptional, right now, you know that for the first time ever, you guys are noticing something odd about that tower. It looks positively fey. It looks familiar. You're probably not going to sleep well tonight. For those who got an exceptional success on the roll, give me a clarity attack. You're rolling a clarity attack of, let me make sure I had the right numbers on this.
Oh, howdy.
Yep. Not that one. Where is it? It is a 3 die. No, there it is. 4 die clarity attack.
So roll 4 dice.
Roll 4 dice. If you hit, then you roll your weird as damage.
I got 2 successes.
You hit yourself. Roll your weirdest damage.
Oh. Camptown Races sing the song. Oh, da doo da day.
Did anyone else get an exceptional success, perhaps through a spending of a condition? I believe someone else said that they got an exceptional on the kenning and they were using it to get an exceptional on the.
On an occult roll?
Yeah.
I assume so. I have no idea how that works. I think that's what I was trying to do.
Okay. In that case, then I need you to roll a clarity attack against yourself as well.
Okay.
Ken, for the other
Heroes.
players that may or may not know, what is that?
An exceptional success or the clarity
Clarity attack.
Okay, so that is the breaking point system for Lost. Is we don't have breaking points, we have clarity attacks.
Mhm.
It represent because you have health levels rather than just ratings. And damn it, come on! Can't someone experience a breaking point here?
No.
I don't wanna.
No.
Well,
No.
Austin, book yourself getting a clarity attack. You got 1 XP.
You said it was 4?
Yes, 4 dice, and you
Jesus.
you hit yourself. Yay! You got an exceptional success on the attack roll. I actually have to look that up because I didn't think
What
anyone
the
was going to roll
fuck?
that well.
I don't like rolling well anymore, guys. I'm out.
I believe that
Aw,
just makes it into severe clarity damage rather
Yep.
than just mild clarity damage.
correct.
Oh,
So it's
no.
like the equivalent of lethal damage. So roll your clarity. I'm sorry, you're weird. As damage. So just your weird. And
Yay! Yay!
damn it! All right,
My
well,
weird as shit.
damn it! Raise your power stats, people. I can't hurt you unless you raise your power stats.
What is the accompanying sensation or knowledge or whatever that we're getting that comes with this clarity attack?
I was going to go into that.
Okay.
So I just need to make sure we got the clarity attack stuff done first.
God. Actually, do I need to roll another one for activating the token?
No.
I don't.
You don't have to take another one for the token. I only can hit you with 1 clarity attack, I believe, one per scene. So,
Okay, sweet. Should have
that's
rolled
why.
that one first. That one had less dice. Shit.
Well, the one for your token, the one for your token is oh wait. No, you
Yeah,
have a
it's a stolen token. It's a 3-die clarity attack when I activate it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to have you do that later, but yeah, that would have been a smaller one. So there you go. Congratulations. You guys got an exceptional success. You recognize that is a tower from Arcadia. That is a little piece of Arcadia that's been sitting here the entire time that no one's noticed. And you're wondering very much so why Arcadia is here. You guys are nowhere near where Arcadia should be, relatively speaking, in the hedge. Those present who dive into hedge often, this is the one impossibility of the hedge. This should not be.
Cage blinks. Cage blinks again. Cage continues to blink. He rubs his forehead. We need to leave.
Having known Cage for some time, notices not to question that.
Everyone suddenly hears a shot echoing forth through the freehold, ringing in your ears. For those with trained observer or very good hearing, it is oppressive how loud it is. Followed by another one. Followed by another one.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Kaylee has only just suppressed the urge to go and start hyperventilating because the clarity attack thankfully didn't land, but she's still shaky at best, and she has started moving as though for all the world she can see exactly what's around her, but especially as the shots start ringing out, she brings her hands sharply up over her ears and is actually even then still wincing each time one rings out.
Mel is up on her back feet, smashing her head into the wall, trying to cover her ears somehow.
Does
Oh,
Cage
god
smell
damn it.
Huntsman?
Say again?
Does Cage smell Huntsman?
Well, you got an exceptional success. No.
Lillian's gonna be impulsive. God damn it. I'm gonna spend the 2 glamour and I'm gonna turn into a giant spider.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start making my way over to where the gunshots are.
All right.
Unless she's
spider just
directly
ran out
told
the door.
not to. Unless she's directly told not to. She's
Oh, okay. Because I'm that guy, and I'm sorry to take your thunder, but he cares about you. So you will hear Charlemagne say, "Lillian, stop."
the orb weaver spider, which is as big as a person, stops in front of the door and just turns around.
I don't know what that is. People have started vanishing. That's stupid. Stop.
You hear another loud shot. This one getting closer.
Yeah, I'm
Looks
going.
at it getting closer and just looks back to Charlemagne. Looks
Yeah,
at
I'm gone.
Cage.
I'm going for the
He
gun
has
shot.
invaded the space. We need to leave.
Grigori, the moment he steps out the door, the crown over his head vanishes, and along with his mantle.
Like 100% his mantle has gone.
100% his mantle is gone. All that you can, even stripping away his Fey Mien, all you see is the mask.
Does that mean for
Okay.
all intents and purposes he disappears to me?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Charlemagne, get him.
I'm going to get him. Charlemagne runs for him. Actually, I'm gonna do the thing. This is exciting. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this shit. Charlemagne does a lethal damage to himself, activates Prince of Ivy, sends the Ivies. He spends the 2 glamour, activates it reflexively to go and grab Grigori.
Grigori, do you relent to being grabbed, or are you going to try to fight it?
I mean, I don't know what I'm seeing at all. If I see something that's a threat, I'm going to relent. I have no idea. I just stepped through. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
You just stepped out the door. All you know is that you feel normal. Everyone, the glowing, the burning, the everything I was describing earlier about you is gone. And you see a bunch of, tendrils of ivy coming out from inside the chamber towards you at Charlemagne's behest. Charlemagne, give me the roll to see if you succeed, because you could, in theory, fail this
For
before
what it
you
is worth,
activation.
especially as he steps through the door and, like, for all intents and purposes, to her disappears, he will hear Kaylee, like, yell his name in, like, alarm and fear.
Probably, yeah. I imagine he glances back. I don't know if he has time to resist. I have no idea what's happening.
All right, give me a roll, Charlemagne. Let's see if you can get this up.
Okay, golly, what is that roll? I'm trying to look for it in the book. I'm
It's
bad at this.
mantle plus, I believe, I'm bringing it up right now. I already have. There it is. Mantle plus expression plus presence.
Okay. I paid the loot. I played the I spent the glamour.
Okay,
on
so
top of doing,
reflexively.
yeah.
Got it.
So,
Take that lethal.
yeah.
Let's see
Taking
the
that
roll.
All
All ones.
shut up.
12 ones.
So that's 5 plus 4.
You get more ones than you have dice somehow.
Stop. I'm trying to count. 7 successes.
Damn it, you got 7 plus 3. You get 10 dice on any grapple rolls with them for the scene. So, grabs you, pulls him back in.
Yep.
Grigori appears back to Kaylee's sight. His mantle roars back to life. The crown reappears above his head.
This goes for everyone standing. We stay together. I don't know what the hell that was, but your mantle disappeared, Grigori. I'm not telling you anything outside of your court or as your elected position. We need you not to die.
Now we know that there's something outside effects there.
Okay.
How do we
Okay.
leave if everything goes when we step outside?
We will turn to Cage because he knows how to navigate. Cage, which way are we going?
Give me a second. Cage is going to walk towards the inner halls, as if heading towards the.
You're super quiet.
Cage is going to walk towards the door leading to one of the inner halls, and I am pulling up my contracts. See if there's stuff I need to spend. Let me check my merits. We are getting out of here. We are getting out of the hedge. It is not safe here. So I'm heading to the exit door.
So the door out of the Monarch's chambers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I'm gonna spend a glamour to kick open the door.
All right. You kick
I'm
open.
gonna deactivate Chrysalis when he kicks open the door.
The door is kicked open. Everyone just sees it open, and light is wait, let me make sure it's light. What is the weather in Austin right now, Bot?
What the bot?
Okay.
What say you?
Cloudy light and warmth kind of rush in through the door. It's a balmy 73 degrees and cloudy. As you guys recognize what's ahead of you. You're staring at, well, you're in the runway ahead of you. You're at an airport.
Okay. Time to scatter.
I assume Cage is taking point. Charlemagne will take the back to make sure no one's left behind.
We getting the fuck out of the hedge.
All
Get
right.
the fuck out.
Is the token still active, and can I still see anyone?
It's still active. We're still on the scene,
Okay.
and you can see everyone
Okay.
heading out into, to you, nothingness.
Yeah. So I can still see them. I just can't see anything around me. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to check my available contracts. 1 second.
Anyone else doing anything while they're running through?
Just taking the back point.
I spend 1 glamour.
Okay.
I am activating Never Tread,
Okay.
and it affects me plus 4 other people.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So who is excluded from this?
Charlemagne
You know
will
what?
look to you.
I will also activate Never Tread
Well, damn it.
and cover myself.
Okay, people, spend your glamour. Ruin my attempts to get you killed. It's okay. If no one else has anything, everyone else goes out into the airport. With Charlemagne, I assume, closing the door behind him.
Yes.
Well, you now know the Monarch Chambers exits onto the Austin Bergstrom International Airport maintenance door 3. You guys are standing in the middle of a secure airport area.
I assume
You
the
say
mantles have
standing.
all faded.
Say again?
Oh, sorry, I was saying, have the mantles all faded once we left the chamber?
Everyone's mantle has indeed returned to normal sight, smell, sounds, but not the touch. They still feel powerful to someone touching them. They still feel that sensation of the season rushing through them. We are now in a new scene, so tokens, powers, everything's back to normal.
Okay.
Everyone's mask and mien looks normal. No one looks out of place or worn. The crowns are all gone, except for, of course, cages.
You said the token will go dead?
Yes. And it's back on your, well, in your purse or on your pocket or wherever you had it last.
Oh, it definitely doesn't go in the purse.
Damn it.
No, it's like hanging on her hip again, just a little ring of keys. Though she will, like, especially as she goes blind again, like, make a blind reach out for wherever she last saw Grigori.
Yeah, she'll feel the big radiant heat.
There's a airport worker driving by on one of those skiffs, stops, looks
Stealth
over.
check.
All right. I heard someone making a stealth check. Is anyone else going to try to hide, or are you guys going to just stand there?
I'm standing there.
All right. Everyone who's
Uh.
rolling to hide, give me a dexterity plus stealth roll. Those of you with striking looks are penalized 2 dice. Because all of you, I think, have it at 2.
Definitely not hiding.
All right, so Charlemagne isn't bothering to hide. Grigori's not bothering to hide.
Mel isn't really hiding either.
Okay.
Yeah, I just heard secure airport runway. So, yeah, Lillian's got 4.
Yep. And I have to roll and subtract dice because we have a winter courtier here. I believe our winter courtier has 1 dot of mantle. Yes.
Yes, I'm a baby.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
We also have to figure out who the hell was taken. Holy shit.
No, you guys could just pretend it never happened. I mean, live your lives, move on. That's what the winter court would do.
No.
The first
Yeah, I politely decline.
The first roll is my my dex stealth.
Okay.
I get 1 success.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look at Charlemagne. Since he is the
I should be able to handle this if I can. I'm a bad spring courtier.
and the next one is, and he will say, "You take point. I'm going to investigate."
Sure thing.
And then I am gonna spend the glamour, and I'm gonna do my kid thing.
You dirty. Yep.
Thwomp.
All right. On the contested roll, Lillian feels comfortable in her hiding spot, and Cage has entered Helldiver Twilight, not Twilight. Because we're lost and we're special. Everyone else is just standing there as the airport worker looks over, takes his giant earphones off.
Hey, hi. We got a little turned around. Can you show us the exit? Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'm going to need a manipulation
I'm down.
plus persuasion roll. I'm contesting that one.
Do it.
And so I want you to make that roll. You do get your striking looks
Mhm.
as a bonus, but I'm going to say -1 equipment for that.
Is there anything I can do to support his role? Yeah, a boost to it.
Well, describe what you're doing to support it, and that will determine what what you
Popping
get, but
it.
you're going to have to make a manipulation plus presence roll as well. Your successes would add dice to his before he rolls. So it depends on how you're trying to help him.
He will. Me and my friends, his hands will reach out for Grigori and Mel, and he will like kind of reach out for them.
If nothing else, can looking supremely lost and worried set. Like, I'm not even really faking that, but
what I'm
but
going
can she
with.
kind of amp it up to play along?
You could. I'll give you a manipulation plus persuasion roll on that. So
Hot
everyone
shit.
but Anthony, then let's see. So you're doing that to help Kaylee. Anyone else doing anything to help him?
Gregory turns and looks at the guy and says in this big, deep voice, Russian voice, English.
That's hilarious.
Give me a manipulation plus presence roll. Everyone, remember, you're at -1 equipment, just circumstances, because you are definitely in a place that no one should be able to get to.
What does -1 equipment mean?
That means subtract 1 from your dice pool.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Anthony, make sure you don't roll yet. Heather, are you helping?
Yes, I will help.
How?
Oh boy. Okay.
Use your Hunter Heart bonus. Use your Hunter Heart bonus.
I was gonna, but I'm like,
That counts!
That's exactly
That's
what
not-
Mel's going to do. She's
Oh my god.
she's going to make eye contact with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And try to freeze him to the spot.
Huh? Nani?
That is not helping.
that's not helping at all, Mel.
That's the opposite of helping Mel.
1 second. Weston has he messed up. he stopped his cartoons.
All right.
Okay. I got your back, kiddo. Mommy's got your back.
Fuck it, have less roll pounce.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is
No,
the worst
sir.
that can happen with this?
We all
Don't
go
maul
to
the
jail?
security. No. I don't wanna.
I don't want the TSA to get me.
One success. Yeah, I'm the fakest guy ever. Look at me.
I mean, I've only got one to boost him to, so.
God damn it.
Actually, wait, don't. No, what does the specialty do?
Specialty gives you an extra die. If it's relevant.
Oh no, commanding presence is not relevant. to
No,
just
you're trying to
How much?
fake. No.
No, mine was to socialize, not persuasion. So.
Oh wait. I can make him flee in terror.
Yes, you could.
No.
No,
Heather.
that's literally not what we're trying to do. Are you socially aiding him in making this lie? Are you doing anything to sell it? That is the question.
Am I doing anything to any? Yes. Wes.
Handle the baby. It's fine. We got this. Like,
Damn it! I was hoping for someone to eventually use that Hunter Heart bonus.
we're not gonna fucking maul him.
Not
like-
today. Not
Uh,
today.
If life fails, then yeah, I'm probably gonna use it. But like, you know,
I think we
let's try
got
to lie.
this.
All right. Then since
Okay.
that's
Problem's fixed.
all right. So Heather, are you going to do anything to aid them, or would you like to try to Hunter Heart him to death?
Yeah, he's basically being like, "Hey, we're lost. Can you show us where the exit is?" And the other two are like pulling off, like looking real lost. And Gregory just smiles and is like, "English."
Mel is Mel. Okay, I know exactly what she's going to.
Lethal Main. Use your Lethal Main.
No.
Oh,
She's going to peek out from behind Gregory and just whisper very quietly, really would appreciate your help, please.
Give
And
me
Peek back behind his shoulder.
roll manipulation but plus persuasion -1 die.
All right. That is. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this is all right. This seems fine.
That never is a good statement, but okay. Dramatic failure. Yes. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Don't forget to book
Not a
that.
dramatic failure.
It does not. This does not seem like the proper place to take a dramatic failure.
No,
It
no.
is not.
It is a dramatic failure. Only got a 1, no successes.
Oh shoot! You're
If
right.
I remember correctly, dramatic failures happen only on a chance die.
Yeah, it has to happen on a
Yeah.
chance die.
Oh,
It says you can ask for a dramatic failure, but I
Would
don't
you like
think
it to
you're
be a
required
dramatic
to take one.
No.
damn it. Damn it. Great things happen in dramatic failures and teamwork actions. Anyways, so you guys are just killing my fun today. You want XP. Come on, XP. But
Oh,
okay, so that means Charlemagne's going to get a total bonus of +1 die because -1 for the equipment penalty. You guys are really not supposed to be there. So +1 die total to your roll.
okay. See what happens.
Come on. I want a dramatic failure. Why
No.
is
Find
why-
your fun elsewhere. God damn it. All right. Well, does my specialty in ingratiating help? I'm trying to seem friendly.
yes.
I'm trying. I want a pair right now. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8. All right. We got this. Can I spend a point of willpower, please?
Yes, go spend your willpower.
God damn it. No, not today, Satan. Getting the fuck out of here. Hopefully.
Oh man, I have been trying to
I
get
know.
you guys to get more dramatic failures. Don't be scared of them. I won't hurt you.
Liar.
4
Dirty
success.
puppy.
All right. So
Why don't you ask for a dramatic failure?
so he's not a guard, so he's just everyone's like, how did you even get? I don't want to.
I don't even know. I was here with my friends. We smoked some weed. Things got out of control. Can you take me home now, please? Thank you.
Let's just get you out of here. 10 minutes later, you guys are out of there. I assume Lillian has just been sneaking and following along,
Oh, hell yeah.
and Cage has been cheating.
So Cage isn't done.
Oh no, what is Cage doing?
He's going back.
In through the portal? Oh
Yup.
shit. Okay, Cage goes back through the portal, folks. And you can, I assume, spending another glamour to make it through.
I'm still staying in Hedge Ghost phase.
Or you're just going to keep cheating with me. Okay, so
Yes.
you're going through.
Yes.
All right, you go through. You're back in the Monarch's chambers.
I'm looking around.
Monarch chamber looks pretty good. Nothing's in there.
That's fine. I'm going to the tower.
All right. You leave the Monarch chambers, and the first thing you notice is in Hedge Ghost form, nothing happens to you. Your mantle's fine. Crown is still there. You can still see your mean. You're good. Because you're cheating. Okay, so, and you're heading towards the tower?
Yep.
The first thing you're going to find on the way to the tower are shotgun shells, literally littering the entire area as you go.
Hmm.
There was a firefight here. You nearly step on something, but it burns the moment you get close to it.
That's a whole lot of not stepping on that.
Someone is clearly using, just going by getting close to it, cold iron buckshot.
Oh, yeah.
There's only a couple of people you know. Oh, there's only one. I'm lying. There's only one
Mhm.
person you know who carries that much cold iron buckshot.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Next,
Next, as you're now approaching through the room, you can see the door to the tower ahead of you, which has now a key slot in the dead center of it. easily exposed, and a handle to the right of it. You see a bloody cowboy hat by it.
Cage mad.
Man,
Cage real mad.
man, it's so mad.
So I would like to wits investigation mental. What the fuck is going on with this tower?
That will be a wits plus investigation roll, and make it. And while you're doing that, let me focus in on everyone else for a second.
Sure.
Outside of the airport, you guys are sans one Cage and Lillian. Nowhere to be found. What are you guys planning to do from here?
Are we somewhere we're supposed to be now, or are we still
guys-
getting let out?
You got escorted out of the entire airport.
Oh, was I just straight up not able to make it out with them?
No, you were. They just don't see you. You haven't said you're out of stealth yet.
That's fair.
So,
Okay. Once we get like out of like the airport proper, I thank the man, I tip him, and send him on his way.
okay.
Okay. Does everyone have a reliable way of getting home?
I believe Uber's a thing.
It's on me. Looks around the room waiting for responses. Like,
So happy, cheery Gregory, who didn't speak a word of English, the second he's away from everybody, the smile just vanishes. Looks at Kaylee, looks at Mel. We're leaving. Now.
Where's Cage?
Kate said he was going to investigate. I'm going to wait for him since he's my motley mate. I understand entirely if you want to stay with your but if you don't, I can make sure you get home safely. He has
I
5
mean,
minutes.
I can tell you what I would personally like to do, but I think I myself am going to check on any other members of the Freehold.
Kaylee, Grigori, and Mel, do you mind assisting Lillian, please?
Going back in.
No. Just go to the surrounding freeholds and see who's missing. We need a head count.
Kind of tips a listening look up at Gregory.
Just turns and keeps walking. Like, nodding, but it's like, I am fury and I am death and fucking fuck. He's walking, probably Katie's almost like dragged by him almost.
Because this is cute. Charlemagne will walk up to Gregory, hit him very lightly, squarely in his chest. You scare me like that again, I will kill you.
Just tilts the head.
I will beat you up.
It's a summer court's
I
duty
will
to
fuck
take
you. I
first
will
sleep.
fuck your shit, tall man.
Just kind of looks down at him like, huh? Like, huh?
Kaylee also looks decidedly puzzled. Still latched onto one of the arms.
Mel gets in between Charlemagne and Gregory. There
Thank you.
is no need to make threats like that to each other.
Can I actually hurt him?
No.
All right then.
I can speak for myself, Mel.
Lily's just gonna start spinning the Ubers. That way she can do what she's gonna do. She has no interest in that.
Quick switch over to Cage. Cage is standing at in front of the tower. What does he do with the Oh yeah, he rolled investigation, and yes, you got at least a success. So looking this thing over, you've picked up some interesting information. Well, you found Ava's aviator goggles, broken and cracked. you find there's also signs that some of the stones have been turned into candy on the wall, the ground, and that the last thing that catches your attention is a broken pair of glasses by a cracked iron knife. Those would be one of the most important members of your court's classes, Brendan Loons.
Oh dear. Kate's,
Oh, boy.
Kate's mad.
Okay. I'm just making notes. 1 second.
Okay. The door to the tower, however, the lock is gilded with what you're assuming is fairy gold, judging by the fact that someone hit it with a lot of cold iron buckshot, and it looks like it's been fucked up.
Okay.
You also will note that there are actually the four teeth in there, the four areas where you would put where the teeth of the keys would go in,
Yeah.
look unusual. Don't know what that means yet, but you just know that it doesn't look normal. It looks Arcadian.
Okay. So, give me just a second. Need to double check the wording on something. I would like to make a wits larceny
Oh,
To
dear.
try on what?
to try and figure out the door and the key.
Very well. Make a wits
Okay,
larceny.
That is
Switching back to the other group while you're rolling that.
4, 5. Willpower is 8.
So Lillian's leaving. She takes an Uber. And what is the Motley doing?
Where should
I
we
don't-
check?
The reciting freeholds. Check for winter, autumn, and can you swing by my nightclub, please?
Yes.
Yep. There is going to be a text that gets sent out to at least Charlemagne saying, checking out autumn first. I know it the best. Is there any place you want me to check?
Okay. He looks at it. It says Lillian is going to autumn, so check summer and spring and winter, and try to rendezvous with Lillian. I'll send that back through a text to Lillian, saying that I'm sending them to the other places.
Understood. Also, just saying, Lillian's one of those bitches that actually uses periods at the end of her sentences in text.
Oh God. Okay.
Yep.
What
You
does
know full well that Charlemagne talks in text speak with emojis.
what does Kaylee,
Yes.
Mel, and Grigori do then?
Oh, quick question.
Yes.
1, would this be considered a perception roll? 2, do I get bonuses from hedge sense for this roll?
No, and then yes.
Okay. So I'll
Um,
roll an additional 2 dice.
And then what about again Mel, Kaylee, and Grigori?
I guess it means checking places like the paintball place and
Mhm.
checking what is it,
Crosshairs.
clarity of time.
Clarity of time. Yeah, I believe
Because
so.
didn't Lillian just say she was going to crosshairs?
Lillian's going to the autumn court.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she figures she's the one that would know it the best.
Okay. I assume Grigori and Mel are going with Kaylee.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you guys, which place do you guys want to hit first?
I mean,
Gregor was
does-
going for the summer haven. That's
Okay.
the first place he goes.
backblast, which you guys are actually the closest to because it's out of the way and you're in the woods and you're at the airport. So you guys are making your way from there. Okay, back on Cage. Let's see what you got in your roll.
I got 1 success.
All right. How did you get a success? You got a. Oh, I see. Because you added your hedge stats. So you're navigating it. The lock is actually a miniature version of the hedge. First thing you recognize. The second thing you notice is that the lock was bigger once. It looks like the hole's smaller because you recognize Theodore's skeleton key, a token that he always carries on him that allows him to get into places he shouldn't. That he's used to great effect for the freehold on numerous occasions, has been wedged into part of the lock, fitting perfectly.
Okay. So,
and then
I have a very stupid question.
Oh, it's going to get worse because the second thing you notice is that there's another piece that's in there. Brendan Loons had a token that he always carried on himself that only you knew about because he's only shown it to the Autumn King. Mm-hmm. It is his Warden's Mirror, which allows him to manipulate the prison. And it is also wedged in there into a different part of the lock. Perfectly. Okay, now ask your stupid question. Go for it.
What happens when I hedge ghost through the door?
Oh, nothing. You just bounce off of it. It's solid to you. The lock tower's door is solid as a rock.
I spend a glamour.
You know exactly how to open it now. Because you understand the unlocking mechanisms. You're missing 2 more components of the key. 2 more people have to have them, or they have to be hidden in 2 more locations, or 2 more things at the very least.
Would this be considered a gate?
This would be considered a non-fey gate.
Okay. Hold on. Making more notes.
While you're making notes, back on to people who went to Backblast. Nicholas is there. Waves at you guys. Well, what brings you guys here?
There's been a raid.
Where?
Council chamber.
The freehold.
Yeah. We don't know how many we've lost. We need to lock down everything.
Well, I'll just start making the calls. We'll rally all the summer courtiers who are left here. Come on. He leads you into the back kitchen of the eatery there. Goes to the phone. Begins going through. He's old school. He has a Rolodex. And picks up a landline phone and begins dialing. 1 number. 2 numbers. 3 numbers. By the 12th number, he just stops. No one's picked up.
Not even the Queen.
Haven't gotten to her name yet, but...
What about Daryl?
Keep trying.
Yeah, I'll keep trying.
We should check the others.
Yeah, I will call you the moment I find someone, or if literally no one on our list answers.
Just nods, and yeah, He'll flick out his own phone, send that back to Charlemagne,
Alright.
and we'll start heading then toward the other places with the other two.
Which the next place you guys are heading?
Which one's closer?
Between them, they're both roughly the same distance because there's Crosshairs and the watch shop are the two closest ones, I believe. Though, where was Lillian heading?
They're an Autumn Court hangout or anything like that?
Yeah, the safe storage solution. So,
Yep.
yep. So basically, one or the other. Either way, they're both relatively close.
I'll play favorites with my own court. I'll check winner first.
All right, you guys head there. And back on Lillian, she makes it to Safe Storage Solutions and finds that Rourke isn't in right now. But there's staff on hand. Some Fey Touch who are like, yeah, he's currently out. Went to go buy some things. And when you ask about any courtiers present, they're like, oh, no. The last we saw them, most of them were on their way to either the markets or the freehold.
She doesn't like the sound of that. There's a gate to the market straight from here, correct?
Yes, but you're going to have to take a trod.
I don't know what that means.
Trods are safe passages through the hedge, but you still have a hedge chase. They're just easier, and it's much harder for the hedge to get you, unless you're Cage. So, something to think on if you decide to go into the hedge. Back on Cage.
This is a non-Fey gateway.
Yes. In an Arcadian structure.
This, however, will be open like a Fey gateway.
And how are you doing that?
My kith.
So you're going to spend a point of glamour, and you're going to just slip through it.
Yes.
Oh dear.
All right. Spend your point of glamour, and then you slip in.
Mm-hmm.
You come out the other side to find that you are standing in a central chamber, tiled floors all around you, with the agonized faces of what you can only assume were hobs, changelings. You recognize a few of the faces as some of your court, actually, forming the tile floor like a agonized mosaic. And there are 4 doors around you. These do not resonate gateway. And above each of them is some writing. You can't recognize the language, but you can, of course, see that it's some sort of cuneiform-like script.
Mm-hmm.
And on the doors, each one has a silver symbol of one of the seasons.
I have learned enough to know that I don't know enough.
To your right is someone walking towards you.
I'm going out. What does this person-like thing look like?
It looks like a collection of bundled sticks put together in a vaguely humanoid shape with a monocle, a top hat, and radiating a sense of power.
Deuces.
Spending a glamour to go back through the gateway.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And then I am shutting that damn door.
Okay. And you're back in the freehold.
Yep. And then I'm gonna take a known exit. Get the fuck out.
Okay. You open the door and you appear at Safe Storage Solutions, where Lillian has been asking some questions.
And I fade back into reality.
You get a message from Charlemagne. Who are you?
Who's you?
Well,
You get a Cage. Sorry.
so I fade back into reality. Behind Lillian. We have a problem.
Yes, we do, Your Majesty.
Texting back Charlemagne. In the real world, hold a census. Find everybody.
Being done. Text message back. You're not at the airport. I can leave.
Autumn Freehold.
I'm on my way. I'm on my
Autumn
way.
Sage.
It's the message that you get.
You guys make it to Clarity in time. The person behind the desk lets you know, I am sorry, but Desmond is out right now. I do not know where he has gone. And right as that's being said, you guys get those at Grigori, Mel, and Kayla get a text from Nicholas saying there's only been one person he was able to get in touch with. Mia, the Summer Queen. Everyone else, no answer, including your QRF, your Quick Reaction Forces in the Summer Court. The ones who are supposed to be on call always. Nothing.
Yeah, Gregory just stares down at the phone, sends that all to Charlemagne, like nothing.
You get a text message back from Charlemagne. We'll handle it. We will handle it. And then he will tell his Uber, can we make a detour to Crosshairs before I go to the Autumn Court?
Charlemagne, the Uber, of course, does, because Charlemagne is loaded. And they go to Crosshairs. You find out from the staff there, they had just seen Madame Laurent.
Mm-hmm.
She had stopped by to congratulate them, thank people there for helping with her theater, and then had gone back to her theater.
Mm-hmm.
So they had just seen her not more than 10 minutes ago.
Gotcha.
Well after the events occurred.
Mm-hmm.
No one has seen Xavier Masters, but I mean, it's Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
As for they did mention were some spring courtiers who were, of course, heading over to the Freehold at various points.
Mm-hmm.
Penelope had just left about 2 hours ago, but she was heading back to her shop, not the Freehold.
Okay.
And Travis is there, actually, at Crosshairs. So
I text Xavier, like direct line.
Xavier texts back, what do you want?
Okay, you're safe. And we have an issue. A lot of members have gone missing. We had a raid.
Where?
The Freehold.
I'm talking to my security.
Do so. Get back to me.
Grigori gets a text. If still alive, come to work soon. Establishment very important.
Sends back. Rebuilding the pieces of my court will turn up eventually.
BRB.
Yeah, pretty much is the most polite version of Be right back. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Everything's gone to shit, BRB.
Yeah, pretty much. That's yeah. Actually, that's
Apocalypse
about
BRB.
that's yeah. Everything's gone to shit. Be right back. That's
So
pretty much.
where does everyone go? Who's at let's see, at the watch shop?
After checking in with various members of my court, I head back to does anyone not pick up Matt?
Only Penelope doesn't pick up.
I go to that's not good. All right. He goes on his way to back to the Autumn Court.
Okay. What about the people who are currently at Clarity of Time?
But I don't even know who's where anymore.
You guys are at Clarity of Time.
We're at Clarity
Yes,
of
yes.
Time.
But where is everyone else? What has been checked? Do we know what has and hasn't been checked? Like,
Every
Much
safe
shit.
house has at this point been checked. Only a couple people who you guys talk to on a regular basis haven't checked in, but a large swaths of each court are not checking in for the unnamed NPCs out there. Everyone else is at Safe Storage Solutions. You guys are at Clarity of Time right now. So what did you guys want to do?
check in, I guess. Like, have someone check to see if they've checked Crosshairs yet, since he did ask us to go there.
Yeah.
Charlemagne would have let you guys know then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
I was
checked
going to say
Crosshairs.
that. He will let you know that Penelope is missing.
We need to get home. Bella's
Yeah.
there. We need to check if she's still there.
Go home. I will find what is going on with my court, and I will let you know. Take Kaylee with you.
The nod.
Stay safe. Call me when you get there.
You stay safe.
She'll nod. And she will head to the Safe Storage Solutions.
Okay. Well, we have most of the players at Safe Source Solutions. This is a good stopping point if you guys want to stop, and you need to break off into private scenes, or we can continue if you want. You have more questions you would like to investigate into.
I have food I need to eat.
I also need to start getting ready for work here soon because I want to eat before I go in.
So
Gotcha.
we can just assume then that everyone meets up, trades the knowledge of who's missing and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
I am still available for follow-up scene if everyone needs to follow up on specific members of their courts. But as Charlemagne gets there, he gets a call from Penelope. She actually calls him back. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed your text.
There's a oh thank God, and okay. I let her know there was a raid and people are missing. I assume the worst.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything for me before I go?
Since we do have Cage who can just kind of like look towards a certain direction and then we're at a place. Do you mind if we just do a quick check of the markets to see if any of the autumn courtiers are there?
And actually, before Mel goes, Kaylee will give her the notion, check to see if the non-seasonal courts have been affected in the same way. And then, yeah, we'll get in the Uber.
Okay. With that being said, would Cage agree to that?
Cage would, but if anybody wants to go, it will not be another Monarch. They are too important.
That's legit. Lillian will volunteer to go then.
Okay. In that case, I will give you one last piece of information. The other courts were not aware of what was going on, just that something was going on. But all your courtiers who went to the markets are safe. Well, as safe as you can be at the goblin markets. But at least from appearances, there's way more of the market courtiers than you remember being there. And they were actually pretty surprised about the inquiries. So you can run with that information. Anything
Okay.
else? Last.
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Heather, Katie,
I'm good.
and Torna.
Yep.
Well, as the monarch returns and spreads the information, and the news is spreading fast throughout the remaining members of the Freehold, you can feel the air growing chill as if something else were happening. Something dark is on the horizon. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Have a good evening.